make book-related videos every single Wednesday, and sadly, well, I don't know if this is sadly for you guys, but kind of sadly for me, this is the last time I'm going to be filming in this cozy little corner. I'm moving next week, and I don't think I'm going to film a moving vlog or anything like that, since I'm literally moving over the course of a couple days and then start work immediately. I'm going to be way too stressed to do that, so I'll probably film the moving process and show my new place on Instagram stories, so definitely follow me there if you're interested in that stuff. But because I love to creep on other people's places, I love to always film apartment tours, so my video going up next week is pre-recorded, and that is a tour of this whole place, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what I live next to, because I think you're gonna laugh even though it's not funny. I'll just say a lot of you are gonna think it's very fitting. So today I have a book unboxing. I have 3 or 4 packages here that we're gonna be unboxing, and the first one is of course book of the month, and this time I did go ahead and look up what books were inside this in advance so I could look at the summaries and give you guys a feel for which ones I'm interested in. And I do apologize because I'm showing these book of the month picks kind of late. These are the picks for February, so if you're interested in these, feel free to use my code or link down below to get one of these for $5. But the first book we have is An American Marriage, and this is about a husband who's sent away for prison for a crime that he didn't commit, and then eventually once he's exonerated, it's about how their relationship has changed over time and how him being in prison impacted it. I feel like I've been reading a lot of true crime, which I mean I always do, but I've been reading a lot of true crime about people who are wrongfully convicted, so I'm so interested to see what this is like and how this tackles that in a fictional format. So really excited for this, probably going to be very sad. This one, I'm gonna admit I'm kind of confused by, because maybe I just missed it, but I didn't see this on the website, so I don't know what this is about, so give me a second. This says 18-year-old Robert is one of the few men who practice empirical philosophy, which is a female-dominated science used to summon the wind, heal the injured, and even fly. And it says the tagline is, he's always wanted to fly like a girl. I'm probably going to want to look into this one a little bit more before I decide if I want to read it. The cover is stunning. The inside does seem strange, but I'll read a little bit more to see if I think that means strange in a good way or strange in a bad way, but let me know if you guys have heard anything about this. Next we have a thriller, and if you guys remember from my past Instagram posts and videos, I've talked about the fact that all thrillers have a branch on the cover. So let's see if I'm correct. Multiple branches, and as usual, very few leaves. It's all about just the wilted branch. And this says it's about a journalist whose sister was murdered at a haunted boarding school. This one's supernatural, which sounds really fun. I have to admit, if this didn't have the supernatural aspect, I don't know how excited I would be, just because I've read so many female detective novels, which I love, but a lot of them kind of blur together and seem really similar, but it's not often they have full-on supernatural aspects, and at least the book of the month website says that this does, and I'm all about a good orphanage story. If you guys haven't seen the Spanish film The Orphanage, what are you doing? It's one of my favorite movies of all time, so really excited about this. And this next book I'm so excited about, mainly just because I saw the author's name, and that's Kristen Hanna. I'm sure you guys will remember that she wrote The Nightingale, which is one of my favorite books of all time. It's such a tragic but wonderful World War II story, and this is The Great Alone. And it says it follows the Vietnam War, and a father moves his family to Alaska, where they encounter old demons and new challenges on the American frontier. And I'm all about anything that's out in the wilderness, and again, purely just because it's Kristen Hanna, I cannot wait to get into this. And the final book, I have to admit, is the only one that I'm honestly just not that interested in, and that is Still Me. This is by, I'm sure you guys recognize the author, she wrote Me Before You, and this is about a young British woman who takes a job working for a family in New York and soon discovers the meaning of rich people problems. Apparently this is a fast read and it has some romance. Let me know if you guys, because actually I shouldn't say that I'm not interested in it. I guess just compared to the rest, I'm just not as interested in this one. But I've never actually read anything by the author before, so I shouldn't judge. So if you guys think I might like her writing, definitely let me know. The next book I want to show I picked up in New York City when I just took a day trip with my friend, and I purchased this at, what's it called, McNally and Jackson, or just McNally Jackson. If you ever go here, it's on Prince Street, and then you need to get some Prince Street pizza. I'm sure you guys, if you follow me on Instagram stories, saw the whole journey of getting to that pizza, but it was worth it. This I saw, and it looks very strange, and it's called Sweet Days of Discipline by Fleur Jaggy. Sorry, I forgot to Google the pronunciation of that beforehand. But this takes place in post-war Switzerland, and it's an eerily beautiful novel about a 14-year-old boarder up in the Swiss Alps. And it says that as the girl broods over her schemes as well as on the nature of control and madness, the novel gathers a suspended, unsettling energy. And the writing of this book, as my friend said when we were looking at it on the train on the ride back, it's ridiculous. The writing of this book is insane, and I don't know if I mean that in a good or a bad way. I can't find it, but she had like 2 sentences describing someone's large forehead, kind of like what I have, and it was just insane writing. So I don't know if I think this is good, if I think it's just super pretentious, but it seems like a quick, creepy read. From the way this looks, I thought it was written in the 60s, but then it actually looks like this was written in 1991, so looks like a strange one. Then this package, I actually have no idea what it is. I can't remember, but it says it's from HarperCollins. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot. They had said they were sending this to me. I think this is the UK version of The Woman in the Window. I'm about halfway through The Woman in the Window right now, and I think after my apartment tour will probably be a review of this. And then the final box is a ton of copies because I was emailing with the girl and they accidentally sent me multiple copies of this instead of one. I was like, did you mean to do that? And she was like, no. So I'll probably include that in a giveaway down the road. But this is a copy of A River in Darkness, One Man's Escape from North Korea. I'm blanking on the name of the other nonfiction book I read about the woman's account of escaping North Korea, but it is such a fantastic read. I highly recommend it. I'll put a picture of what the book looks like on the screen. And it says that the man vividly describes the horrendous conditions that the tyrannical and cultish state inflicts on its people, his painful story with sardonic humor and unwavering familial love even in the depths of despair, making human the often impersonal news covered of mysterious and threatening North Korea. So I cannot wait to go ahead and get into this. I'm sure I'll be reading it very soon. And can I just say, only because I've been watching the Olympics, people, for whatever reason, had a very, well, not all, some people had a very positive reaction to Kim Jong-un's sister. And you know what, if you want to have a negative reaction to Mike Pence, I 100% agree. I also do. But the fact that people are reacting negatively to him and then positively to her, is mind-boggling to me. Particularly if you've read up on some of the specific, just horrendous conditions and things that are going on in North Korea, I just can't fathom. Like the New York Times, I'm looking down because I had to Google this title. Kim Jong-un's sister turns on the charm. So that was my book haul. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. If I'm not as active online on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, again, things are just crazy with working full time and getting ready to move. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.